What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is going to be Queens Season 1, Episode 6? Yeah, Episode 6. So, we open up this episode, and the Queens are doing this behind the music type interview, docu-series situation, where they're kind of talking about their comeback and things of that nature. Each one of them sort of is looking uncomfortable, sort of looking like they're not feeling it, you know. And so you know that something has transpired. Even Lil Debbie Snack is like, they skanks, they're sneaky, you know, all of that, right? So you're like, well, what the hell did happen? Because we left E on a good note, now we on the good foot. Like, what's good? So then, of course, they take us back to 3 weeks earlier. So we start with Bree. Now, the little rapper dude that she had the little rendezvous with, he on the Breakfast Club talking about how much, you know, how much he done met this little hottie that wore him out, and, you know, she's this and she's that. And he's alluding to somebody in the industry, but at first he don't say nothing. But then he proceeds to talk about, but she's a real queen. Then he drops her name. And I was like... And, of course, she's sitting there because she's brushing her teeth, getting her kids ready for school. And her son was like, Mom, did you do something freaky with a rapper boy? And now she's sitting there looking crazy because now she got to explain to her kids who daddy just died a week ago, why she had the little, you know, one-night stand with the freaky boy. Okay? I mean, with the rapper boy. Now, we got fake J-Lo with her mama. Her and her mama talking, and she giving her mama diamond necklaces and stuff. And her mama was like, no, I can't take it. No, don't give it to me. But of course, she ends up taking it. And she was like, Mama, listen, I've dreamed all my life of being able to spoil my mom and being able to give to my mom. Like, I just want to enjoy the moment. I just want to, you know, this is just where we are now. I just want to live in the moment, right? Now, Jill is down to the divorce court with her attorney and her husband's attorney, and they are signing their documents. They are signing their divorce papers. Now, he goes on and he signs it, but then he asks to have a couple of words along with her. And he tells her, listen, I apologize for how I handled this situation, but please understand that I just love you. And I you know, my feelings for you are just so strong. You know, and I only want what's best for you, okay? And Jill is like, I appreciate it. You know, thank you so much. I understand. And, you know, again, I am so sorry that I ever hurt you, you know? Now, Brandy, my fault. Brandy and Eric, you know, they are, you know, again, having one of their little moments where the tension is high, you know, the sexual tension is high, but at the end of the day, you know, they just kind of giving each other that side eye. They ain't really talking, not talking. They just giving each other that side eye situation, child. So they're all together, trying to decide what they need to do, because he says, listen, it's time to film a video, and they even are trying to get somebody as a feature artist on the song with them, right? They said, listen, the AMAs was a hit, but it's time to keep it moving, keep this momentum. So they're going to film a video, and like I said, Eric is going to get all this stuff together for them. Now, fake J-Lo shows up late, and she said, I'm sorry I'm late. You know, I was cooking for my mom. And they were like, so what's the story? And she was like, what you mean, what's the story? They said, well, what was the explanation that your mom gave you for not being there, not being around? Like, what's up? And she was like, listen, I'm just enjoying having my mom around. I haven't asked her any of those questions. Like, I'm going to need y'all to just chill out for a minute, right? So they have a verse that Lil Debbie Snack dropped to them. And then they have another verse that this other rapper that dropped to them. Now, Lil Debbie Snack's verse is really not that great. It's not. It's not. And then this other rapper that dropped the verse is hot. Like, it is hot. Like, it's hot. So, of course, they're torn down between loyalty and what's going to be best for the song. And Eric was like, listen, y'all are my clients. She's my client and y'all are my clients. But right now, I'm working in the capacity of being your manager. At the end of the day, the other verse is better. You know, like, Muffin's my girl and all, but the other verse is better. Brandy is like, listen, don't we owe some loyalty to Lil Debbie Snack? Like, if it wasn't for Lil Debbie Snack, we wouldn't even be in this situation right now. Like, she sampled us on her hit single, which is what started all of this going. Now, of course, fake J-Lo and even Miss Jill, who was all team Lil Debbie Snack before, is like, listen, business is business. Friendship is friendship, but business is business. And this is what we need to do. Now, Bree and Brandy are like, no, we need to stay loyal to Lil Debbie Snack. And that's so they put it to a vote. And of course, the vote came down 3-2. So when they go to Lil Debbie Snack, she is like, oh my goodness, are you serious? Like, I can't believe y'all did that to me. Like, if it wasn't for me, y'all wouldn't even be here. And she's not lying. She is not lying. So, of course, that upsets her. And she goes to Eric and says, listen, can you set up a meeting with the record label? So she goes to the record label and says, listen, I am no longer Lil Debbie Snack. Okay, I want to go by my real name. I want to take off all the makeup and all the buffoonery. And I really want to get back to who I really am. I want to get back to my true me, right? And at first, the record company was like, okay, well, I mean, maybe we could get this to work. But then the record company comes back and is like, yeah, no, that's not going to work for us. So we're going to go ahead and drop you from the label. We want one eye advance back, which, of course, y'all know how them 360 deals work, child. She ends up owing the record company $750,000. And the house that she thought she owned, she don't even own it. She rented it. So now she done went from, literally overnight, she done went from, being at the top of the mountain to not even having a record label and nowhere to live. Like, literally homeless, okay? So that's why when we get to the Behind the Music docu-series with her, she's calling them all kinds of fake, phony bitches because she's like, listen, look at what they did to me. And if it wasn't for me, they wouldn't even be in the situation that they in. And again, she's not lying, y'all. She is not lying. Now, while this is going on, Jill, of course, is still loving her new life of being like the new spokesperson for the LGBTQIA community. And she made a comment that said, well, if I had known I was going to get this much attention, I would have came out a long time ago. Now, of course, in the moment, I knew what she meant, and everybody in the moment knew what she meant. But I also understood that soundbite was not going to play well. That soundbite was not... It wasn't going to look good, right? And of course, the backlash came, and it came fast. And she was like, oh my God, am I canceled? Like, am I about to be canceled? So she has to put some overtime in play. And she actually ends up calling the ex-girlfriend and asks her if she'll go and basically do a damage control interview. And the ex-girlfriend agrees to do it because, of course, she loves Jill, right? And they do this whole interview on Good Morning America where Jill talks about, and the other thing that happened too was the girl that we saw last week that she pushed, that kind of came on to her. Now she went viral talking about how Jill assaulted her and it was a bashing. And, she trying to come out now saying that she gave it when I tried to flirt with her. And yeah, it was unprofessional on my part. But at the end of the day, I felt like she was flirting with me. But she ain't have to hit me though. And I was like, girl, it wasn't that deep. Like, she ain't whoop your ass. Like, it wasn't that deep. But they do this whole Good Morning America interview and they holding hands and talking about love is love. And, she's been there through it with me and she saw me struggling and she saw me crying about this many a day and trying to figure it out. She was like, I feel the way I feel because I'm liberated. Like I'm free to, be who I am and walk in my purpose, and, this woman has loved me through it, and so the interviewer was like, so is there any hope for y'all to get back together? And Jill was like, well, anything is possible because, I really do love her. So, of course, now ex-girlfriend think, I'm back in there like swimwear. Like, So at the end of the episode, she telling Jill, listen, I might be able to get some time off work so I can come down here and spend some time with you and, see how this is going to work out, see if we can reconnect. And Jill was like, ain't nothing changed. And she was like, oh, so wait a minute, did I read this wrong? Because I thought me and you was trying to work this out. And she was like, yeah, you did read that wrong. And she was like, so you used me? She was like, I didn't use you. You had free will. You could have said no. So I was like, Jill, you really are an ass. Like, I don't know, Jill. You really on that bullshit. You really believe in your own hype, girly girl. So while all of this is going on, fake J-Lo, aka Valeria, she actually ends up going and talking to her mom and asking her mom what the story is. And her mom tells her the story about how she came to New York from Puerto Rico with her family. She was, doing what she was doing, living that good life until she met somebody, thought she fell in love. Next thing you knew, she was pregnant. Okay, then she was pregnant, and then she was married. And then he started beating her ass. Then he started being abusive, and she realized that she had to do what was best for her child and for her. And she said, I dropped you off, and then I went back to Puerto Rico, and I was living my life as if I never had a child. And when I saw you on TV and I saw you, doing some great things with your life, I realized I had made the right decision. And Valeria was like, well, here's a check for $100,000, because here's the thing. I'm interested in having a relationship with you, but if you just here for the money, please just go ahead and take the check down, because I ain't trying to get my heart broken. Like, don't do that to me. And she was like, no, I would never do that to you. I love you. I always just wanted the best for you. And so they had a whole moment, but she did have a conversation with her mama. She had a conversation with her mama. Now, the problem, though, is at the end of the episode, I'm just going to go ahead and jump to the intro. At the end of the episode, after they go through their whole behind the music docuseries, one of the producers had actually caught her mama on tape taking pictures of her credit cards. And she was like, listen, if I was really a shifty producer, I would have put this in the behind the music, but I'm not doing that because just watch your back. So she showed her the footage, and I feel bad for Valeria, but I also am not surprised that her mama, because I was just like, for real, girl, like, I get wanting love and really definitely want your family to love you, but girl, at a certain point, you gotta figure it all out, child. Now, poor Bree. Bree's son is giving her the side eye, and he is definitely on his, because he's the oldest, and so he understands better than the rest of the kids. And so he is not doing nothing. Like, he's being a real jerk, being disrespectful, ain't helping out around the house, ain't doing nothing. And the day of the video shoot, the nanny actually gets sick and can't show up. So Bree ends up having to take the kids with her to the video shoot. They running all around the studio. He ain't doing nothing. He's sitting there reading a book, paying them no mind, ignoring the whole situation. And she was like, listen, I really need your help. Like, what is wrong with you? Why are you doing this? And he was like, why are you such a slut? And she was like, whoa, wait a minute. Who are you talking to? I'm still your mama. I don't know who you think you're talking to, right? But at the end of the day, she says, listen, I'm going to have to deal with you later. He was like, I got a soccer game. What's up? And she said, listen, I don't know. I'm sorry. You're going to have to miss your soccer game. And he was like, it's the semis. And she said, well, I'm sorry. Let me see if I can call another parent to come and pick you up. But then that's when he got real disrespectful. And he started calling her out her name. And so she was like, yeah, whatever, bruh. I ain't about to bend over backwards to get you to your soccer game. And you can't be, you disrespecting me. That is what we not about to do. So anyway, they filming the video. And the video director is flirting with Brandy, okay? He said that he had caught her a cute acoustic show, and he always thought she had talent, and he really appreciated the show and everything. And so Eric is not feeling it, because they are flirting. He's flirting with her the whole time, and Eric is not feeling it. And I was like, oh, it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, huh? Now, when Jill had got canceled, this other rapper that they had voted on left them high and dry, right? Didn't want to be seen with them because now they were, persona non grata. Didn't want to be seen with them. But as soon as Jill got the whole situation turned around and, she got uncanceled, now here come old girl want to come back around. And now they were like, oh, no. We need to go on and get Lil Debbie Snack. Because remember, Lil Debbie Snack lost her record deal. She owed the record company $750,000 and everything else. So Little Debbie Snack was like, oh, now y'all come running back because y'all need me. But before, y'all kicked me to the curb and didn't think twice about it. But of course, she came back. Why? Because she needed it. Okay. So, Bree ends up having a conversation with her son, and they really have a heart-to-heart, right? And she explains to him, listen, I understand that, like, life has changed for you, but life has also changed for me. You know, I loved your father. I know he was your father, but I hate to give you the whole you're the father of the house speech, but baby, you are the father of the house now. And he was like, that's not fair. She was like, it's not, but let me be clear, life ain't fair, okay? And I'm going to need you to step up. I'm going to need you to help me with your little sisters because I cannot do this by myself. Like, I got to work. I understand you used to having a stay-at-home mom and that I'm always there, but I don't have that luxury anymore, right? I got to work because we got bills, okay? So I feel like they sort of kind of came to some sort of happy medium or whatever. So they're at the rap party for the behind the music, and it turned out pretty good. Of course, they went through all that they went through while they were filming it, Joe getting canceled and all that good stuff. But it turned out pretty good. Now, at the end, well, I already kind of gave you all the ending, child. Little Debbie Snacks, she made her come back in the video, and Brandy and the director was flirting. He was like, yeah, so now that I'm no longer working with y'all, it won't be inappropriate. What's good? Okay, what's good? Valeria got to figure out what she's going to do about her mama, because clearly her mama is not there for righteous reasons. Okay? And Eric gets the phone call while all this is going on, and he was like, oh my gosh, we did it. They're now being offered a tour, which is, of course, their goal was to go out on tour with Lil Debbie, and Lil Debbie Snack's going to be with them, and that is where we end up where we were at the beginning of the season, where they're standing out looking at their billboard, and somebody walks up on them and shoots at them. So we're getting closer and closer to figuring out the who, the what, the when, the where, and the how. Okay? So that was the episode. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in the comments. Peace.